Zimbabwean investigative journalist Hopewell Chin'ono has been taken into custody. It's alleged that officers from the Presidency carried out this latest arrest. It's believed to be in connection with a series of tweets that Chinono posted about Zimbabwe's Chief Justice Luke Malaba. We're now joined by political analyst Dr. Alex Magaisa, who received an alert from Chinono that he was being arrested. Doctor, thank you for your time. Can you tell us exactly what happened?
Well, thank you for having me. My understanding is that Hopewell Chin'ono was at his home this evening, and a number of officers, including officers from the police and the president's office, visited his home and arrested him. Apparently, they are suggesting that he tweeted something in connection with Chief Justice Malaba, who is the head of the judiciary in Zimbabwe. That's the information that we have at the moment. I understand that they've charged him with contempt of court, which is provided for under Zimbabwe's Criminal Code, Section 182.
All right, so as far as you know, right now he's being held by these officers. Do you know, is he at a facility? Where is he?
I understand that he's at the Law and Order section of the Zimbabwe Republic Police. So he is in police custody. I understand that he has had access to his lawyers, and it is his lawyers, the Zimbabwe Lawyers for Human Rights, who have tweeted this information and also communicated with me, indicating the offense with which he is charged. We don't know the full details yet, but it looks like they are saying that he tweeted something that would have been contemptuous or something that would have demeaned the court, but whether or not that's a charge that will stick is a different matter altogether. It looks to me like more punitive action by the Zimbabwean regime against someone who has been very vocal, very critical of the regime, especially in terms of corruption that has been taking place in the country. In my opinion, it is also a diversion by the regime. There is a gold smuggling scandal that is taking place in Zimbabwe at the moment that is hogging the limelight. The regime doesn't like that. It's been creating a lot of side shows. And I think that the arrest of Chinono, who they know is an international journalist who will grab attention, is something to divert the attention from the gold smuggling.
And let's be clear, Zimbabwe is a democracy. Ostensibly, you should be allowed to criticize the regime if you believe that they're not sticking to their oaths of office. You should be able to talk about any abuses that you see. I mean, according to your knowledge, has he violated any law in Zimbabwe?
Well, we don't have the full details yet, but as you have rightly pointed out, the Constitution of Zimbabwe, at least on paper, makes provision for guarantees to freedom of expression, freedom of the media, and Hopewell Chin'ono is a journalist. If he tweeted or wrote something that would have been critical, it could be considered fair comment. In fact, the provision under which he is being charged itself provides for certain defenses that can be put forward by anybody who is being charged with contempt of court. And in his case, I think it's even better because he's a journalist and therefore has the right to pass comment and to criticize if he has to in terms of his conduct as a journalist. So, it's yet again, as I said, another assault on media freedom, silencing vocal, persons, and as I say, diverting attention from, other scandals which are affecting the government at the moment.
Yeah. Can you talk about the speculation tonight that the president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, personally ordered this? Somehow his officers were involved. Do you know anything about that?
I'm not aware. The only thing that I am aware of from the information that I received was that among the people who were arresting Chinono were persons who were identified as members from the president's office. Now, usually, members of the president's office is a euphemism for members of the Central Intelligence Organization, which is the intelligence agency in Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Chinono phoned you. Is he a friend or an acquaintance of yours? Are you personally worried about his safety at all?
Well, Chinono is a friend. Chinono is a colleague. Chinono is someone who, has been very vocal in the fight against corruption in Zimbabwe. He's a very well-known figure. So when he was being arrested, he sent me a voice note to alert me as to what was happening, and I shared the information as any other responsible citizen would do to be thy brother's keeper. I am, of course, worried. Anybody, would be worried about anyone who is in the custody of the Zimbabwean state. The conditions are not conducive to any, proper accommodation for anyone. It's not a proper accommodation. And of course, we've got the COVID-19 pandemic. There is reason to worry about anyone who is in the custody of the Zimbabwean state.
All right, thank you for your time tonight, and we'll follow this story. We just know at the moment that Hopewell Chin'ono, the award-winning journalist already facing a trial linked to earlier claims that he incited violence, has been arrested again. That was political analyst Dr. Alex Magaisa.